Hi, this instructional video is a continuation on writing a slope-intercept form when given two coordinates on a graph. So this time let's choose one of these over here. That was on the homework assignment. 33, 34, 35. It appears to me what looks ugly is, what looks ugly? Let's do number 35. 35 looks not too pretty. Okay? So it's the same thing as what I did before. In the previous instructional video, I did number 31. But let's look at number 35. It's the same thing. Look at this. Here's one coordinate. Here's another. It does not matter which is the first or the second set. It really does not matter, as I've proven to you guys in classroom. So let's just write this down. Number 35. One set given is, what is that? -1 for x and y. And the second set is 4 and 3. So what's the first thing we do when we have two given coordinates? We label them. And then once we label them, we're going to find the slope. Now we could count this, mind you. We could go rise over run from this one point to the other. We have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know it was up 4 cross 5. So the slope is 4 over 5. But we're going to do this mathematically as a proof. So m is equal to the difference of the two y's, y2 minus y1, and the difference of the two x's, x2 minus x1. So y2 is 3 minus -1, being careful with the two negatives. x2 is 4 minus -1. So 3 minus -1, that's like saying 3 plus 1, which is 4. And that becomes 4 minus -1, or 5. See? There it is. That's the slope. We found the slope. Now, we're going to write the equation using the point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. So x and y, they're the placeholders. We're going to substitute in the slope and the x1, y1. So y minus y1 was -1. M, we just found that to be 4 over 5. X minus x1 is another -1. So let's simplify and do the distributive property at the same time. That's 4/5 x. That becomes a plus. So 4/5 times 1 is 4/5. And that becomes a plus, so it's just y plus 1. Now let's bring the 1 over to make into a slope-intercept form, which is what we're trying to do. So we get y is equal to 4/5 x. And this is a little peculiar for our middle school kids. We have to go back to 4th grade and figure this out. How do you do 4 over 5 plus or minus 1? Well, isn't that just like saying 4 over 5 minus 1 over 1? And don't we have to have a common denominator? Which is going to be 5 between the 1 and the 5. See that? So this is already a 5, nothing to do, so that's just 4. Now, how does this 1 become a 5? You have to multiply 5. And whatever you multiply down here, you have to multiply its numerator, so that's 5. Now we're going to subtract. 4/5 minus 5/5 is going to give you a negative sum, which is -1/5. And thus, this becomes -1/5. And that is your equation for number 35 with this graph that looks like this.